For our first story, we have, am I the ass for refusing to let my mother-in-law hold my baby after she told my husband to get a paternity test? I, 28 female, gave birth to my first child, a beautiful baby girl, 3 weeks ago. My husband, 30 male, and I have been over the moon, but his mother has been causing non-stop drama. She never liked me. From the start, she made snide comments about how I trapped her son, even though we've been happily married for 4 years. When I got pregnant, she constantly joked about how the baby might not be his. I brushed it off as her usual passive-aggressive behavior until I found out she took it way further. 2 days after I gave birth, my husband got a text from his mom saying, "You should get a DNA test." You never know these days. I was devastated when I saw it. My husband was furious and told her off, saying he had zero doubts about me and that her comment was disgusting. She tried to backtrack, saying she was just looking out for him. Now she wants to come over and meet the baby. But I told my husband that she will not be holding our daughter. If she wants to question whether my child is even her grandchild, then she doesn't get the privilege of bonding with her. My husband understands why I'm upset, but he thinks we should let her come, just once, so she doesn't play the victim with the rest of the family. Now she's crying to everyone, saying I'm keeping her granddaughter from her, and that I'm punishing her over a harmless question. Some family members think I'm being dramatic and should be the bigger person. But why should I let someone who disrespected me and my child hold her like nothing happened? Am I the ass for refusing to let her hold my baby? That's the end of our first post. Let's see what the commenters had to say. Our first commenter says, "Not the asshole, she'll find ways to play victim even if you've not done anything wrong, so might as well set your boundaries." Our second commenter says, "For one, it wasn't a harmless question if a person was harmed by it. I wouldn't be allowing her near the child because at some stage she will gather enough genetic material to do a quiet DNA test to make sure. Nothing harmful there, dear. Let her play the victim, but the moment any family member comments, point out that she has already expressed doubt that the child is in fact her grandchild, so what's the problem? Not the asshole." Our third commenter says, "Not the asshole. Just tell everyone, I don't know why she's upset. She told less than husband greater than to get a DNA test because she doesn't even think our child is his. I don't know why she would want to meet a baby who she doesn't think is related to her." For our second story, we have, am I the ass for telling my cousin why no one wants to attend my aunt's 80th birthday party? A few months ago, my cousin, 58 female, sent out a group text message about planning a big birthday bash for my aunt who's turning 80 in July, followed by invites that were mailed. RSVP responses were slow and not encouraging. My brother, 45, totally bailed when the first text went out, so she recently started sending reminder emails including the adult children of all his cousins, which has now turned into a different mess. None of the adult children of any of my cousins are interested in attending. Many are in college, university, and all of them are scattered around the US and haven't seen our aunt, their great-aunt, in years. As a result, my cousin is now promoting this as family reunion, 80th birthday party. What my cousin is ignoring is that my aunt was horrible when we were growing up. She couldn't stand kids and constantly picked, yelled, and even threatened us with physical harm if we didn't behave at every family gathering. She got drunk one Christmas Eve and told my late mom that she never wanted my cousin, who's planning the event, and that's why she went into the military. After that, my mom never felt comfortable around her and felt bad for my cousin because clearly her mother abandoned her. We all have nothing but bad memories of her and mostly kept our own kids away from her as we got older and started our own families. Yesterday she called to ask why me, 49, and my own adult daughters F, 18 and 20, haven't responded back and if we plan on attending because the invites she sent out weren't coming back quickly enough, and I said, "You're the only one who really wants to celebrate your mom's birthday with a big bash, so maybe you should lower your expectations." She got quiet on the phone and asked me to clarify if we were attending, and I said, "No, we decline." I've gotten a few text messages from cousins who claim she's heartbroken that I dismissed her good intentions, while my brother said she had it coming. Am I the ass for being too honest? That's the end of our second post. Let's see what the commenters had to say. Our first commenter says, "Your poor cousin, she's still trying to get her horrible mother's approval." Our second commenter says, "Not the asshole. 80 is enough years for people to figure out how to be nice enough for people to come to their birthday party. Our third commenter says, not the asshole. Sucks your cousin had a crap mom, but she shouldn't be surprised no one wants to celebrate a woman who is horrible to everyone, herself included. For our last story, we have, am I the ass for telling my sister if mom isn't good enough for her? Then neither am I, and we're not sisters anymore. I, 21 female, have a sister Lola, 16 female. We have the same mom but different dads. Her dad cheated on my mom when she was 1 and left to be with the other woman, and he wasn't in her life for a couple of years. He only started being a dad to her when his relationship with the other woman broke down. But by the time Lola was 7 they were back together. Lola's dad and his wife were awful to me and mom. She used to call me a little brat and called my mom other, less kind things. She'd even comment about all the stuff Lola had because she had a dad and I didn't. Behind the scenes her dad's wife was in her ear making all these claims that mom wasn't a good person and making up crazy shit. Like how mom had stabbed her dad in the stomach and that's why they broke up. Or how mom stopped Lola from traveling with her dad and his wife, and how they wanted to take her all over the world but mom said no. Lola was spoiled by her dad's wife and it made her act like that woman was the best person. Mom brought it up in court and even got a therapist involved for Lola as proof. But Lola never said what her dad's wife told her. She told me but I didn't count as proof. So in court mom couldn't do anything. Lola's dad and his wife were warned parental alienation was serious and stuff but nothing happened. After court her dad's wife treated us worse. And Lola got even closer to her and started treating mom like shit. It all led to Lola saying in court she wanted to live with her dad and never with mom. The court gave Lola permission to choose. She said mom wasn't good enough to be her mom and her dad's wife had shown her what an actual good mom will do for her kid. But she wanted a relationship with me still. She called me and invited me over and wanted to hang out, and after she called a few times I told her to stop trying to hang out with me. I told her the way she treated mom, the fact she said mom wasn't good enough for her meant I'm not either, and I told her since she has a new mom we're not sisters anymore. Lola cried down the phone and asked me why I was being so cruel, and I told her I didn't like the person she'd become and to go cry to her new mommy since she was so into everything that evil bitch said. Lola's dad went nuts over it, and because Lola was crying mom got called about it and told I needed to apologize. Mom asked me if I really made Lola cry and I said yeah. I told her I didn't want to speak to her while she was being like that. I said if she doesn't care how that woman treats us and then shits all over her, then 16 or not I'm done with her. Mom understood. She knows how awful her ex's wife is. But am I the ass for what I said to my sister? That's the end of our last post. Let's see what the commenters had to say. Our first commenter says, not the asshole. Actions have consequences. She burned the bridge, and now she's mad it's gone. She doesn't get to trash your mom and expect you to be cool with it. She's 16, not 6, she knew what she was doing. Our second commenter says, not the asshole, she's 16 and old enough to know that some people are talking shit. Fafo. She can now try to find the truth for herself, if she wants to. Our third commenter says, not the asshole. Actions have consequences, even at 16. She chose to spit on the one person who's actually been there for her. You don't owe her a relationship just because she suddenly wants to play sisters now. She can't pick and choose when family matters. That's all for today. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.